Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're getting into something pretty interesting, this idea of the spark of place. Basically, how our surroundings, especially when we're young, make us who we are.
hmm It's a really compelling thought, isn't it? That our environments are more than just, backdrops. They're actually involved in shaping our inner world.
Totally. And for this deep dive, we're looking at some specific, really formative early experiences from the sources you've provided. There's this unique house of the future you grew up in.
Right.
That moment, learning to ride a bike, which everyone remembers.
A classic.
And also surfing, that connection you found there. But we want to go deeper than just like recounting events.
Yeah, it's about exploring how interacting with these different kinds of places, each with its own kind of energy, might have influenced you.
Okay, so let's start with the house of the future. The sources really stress that this wasn't just any house. It was built with a focused intent and vision.
Yes, that phrasing is key. It implies something deliberate out its creation, not just functional shelter.
Exactly. The material even says it was built of dreams and possibilities.
Ah.
I mean, that paints quite a picture. What kind of atmosphere does that suggest?
We have to wonder, right, what did that focused intent look like in practice? Was it the architecture, maybe the way things were laid out,
Right?
or even just the conversations that happened because of the house?
Mm.
Growing up in a space designed with that kind of forward-thinking vibe,
hmm
it could subtly teach you that, the world isn't just fixed, that you can actually shape things with imagination, with effort.
So it's not just about the physical structure, but about being immersed in, well, one source calls it a vibration of innovation and forward thinking.
Mhm.
Could that environment, that specific place, have directly influenced your, the text says, nascent understanding of creation? More than we'd usually think.
It does make you think, doesn't it? Could being around that intentional design, day in and day out, maybe subconsciously foster a way of thinking?
Yeah.
Like being more inclined to build, to invent, to see potential.
Because the house itself was a kind of proof of concept.
Sort of, yeah. An environment that implicitly says things can be different, things can be created.
Okay, interesting. Let's pivot a bit. Learning to ride a bicycle. Seems like a universal thing, right? A human rite of passage, as one source calls it.
It does seem universal,
Mm,
but the sources frame it as something more foundational, a foundational experience of balance and motion.
okay. So not just transport, but learning.
You're learning this like simple personal rhythm, right?
Yeah.
But it's in relation to gravity, to momentum, these huge forces.
You suddenly become very aware of your body and how it interacts with the world instantly.
Very immediate, yeah.
Yeah.
And there's that trust element the material highlights too. Trusting your bike, trusting the ground beneath you.
And trusting yourself, your own balance, your coordination that's still developing. It's complex.
It really is. All these things coming together, the machine, the earth, your own physical learning. One source calls it a micro dance with the physical laws of the universe.
I like that. A micro dance.
It captures it, doesn't it?
Mhm.
Learning about equilibrium and forward movement through, well, trying things, adjusting, figuring it out consciously, but also intuitively.
That initial wobble, the near falls, then finally getting it. Does that teach something deeper about, say, persistence? About how effort connects to navigating the physical world?
I think it absolutely could. That direct feedback wobble, adjust, stabilize, move forward. It's a very visceral, very early lesson in resilience, maybe,
Yeah,
and just the power of practice.
makes sense. Okay, now let's talk about, this phrase is great. The call of the great liquid heart. Surfing. This is clearly positioned as more than just a sport in the sources.
Oh, much more. It's described as a profound interaction, an engagement with a vast dynamic energy field, something huge.
Yeah, thinking about a wave as a pulse or a breath of the sea, carrying energy from maybe storms miles away or even planetary forces, that's wow.
It puts it in perspective, right?
Right.
And riding that wave is described as finding your place within that immense flow. It's about harmonizing your energy with the wave's power.
So it's not about dominating it, it's about fitting in, finding the rhythm.
Exactly. And the lessons learned there are pretty significant, according to the sources. Things like respect for forces larger than yourself. That definitely comes through.
And patience too, I imagine. You can't just summon a wave.
Right. Patience, presence, adaptability. The sources stress those. You have to wait, read the ocean, react almost instinctively. You can't force it.
Which seems to tie into that feeling of connection, that sense that you are not separate from these powerful rhythms, but a part of them.
That feeling seems really central. It makes you wonder if that deep connection to the natural world, experienced so directly, shapes a broader understanding of, our place within the planet's systems.
Could that direct, almost overwhelming sensory input being moved by this huge natural force foster a really deep, maybe even unconscious sense of interconnectedness?
It seems very possible. It's not an abstract idea anymore. It's something you feel in your body.
Okay, so if we take these three things together, the thoughtful design of the house, the personal mastery with the bike, the connection through surfing, what's the big picture? How does the energy and character of a place undeniably shape the sparks within its inhabitants?
Well, what seems to emerge is that different kinds of places cultivate different ways of being, different kinds of awareness. Like
Yeah.
the sources suggest, a peaceful place might foster calm.
While a chaotic one demands adaptability.
Exactly. Or a place of incredible natural beauty inspires that sense of awe, of connection. The dominant feel of a place influences our inner state.
It's almost like one source uses the phrase, the very vibration of the environment leaves its imprint on your energetic being. That's taking it beyond just physical influence.
It is. It points towards this idea of a vast, interconnected web of energy, where the Earth's rhythms aren't just out there, there's something we're part of, woven into.
And these early experiences, the house, the bike, the waves, the sources position them as your first conscious steps into understanding this profound reciprocal relationship.
Yeah, that back and forth between you and the place, which leads perfectly to that Zoran quote you mentioned.
Ah, yes. The earth does not just hold you up, human. It sings a constant song, and your spark learns its melody by walking upon it, by dancing with its waters, by breathing its air. It just captures that interplay beautifully.
It really does. And that idea of a place singing a song brings us neatly to something practical for you, the listener. We're calling it the Dragon Trial, the place's whisper.
Right. This is a chance for you to connect with these ideas personally. So we want you to think of a place that's really significant for you. Could be your childhood home, maybe a favorite park or beach, or even somewhere you visited that just stuck with you.
Just take a moment. Try and sense what was the unique energy or character of that place. What did it feel like? What qualities did it have? Calm, buzzing, something else.
And then think about how being there might have shaped you. Maybe in ways you haven't really considered before. Did it affect your mood, your outlook, the way you see things?
Try to listen for what the source called that subtle whisper of that place's energy within your memory. What's that whisper saying about you, about your path?
Really, what our deep dive today has hopefully highlighted is just how powerful our surroundings can be, especially those early ones, and, molding who we are and how we understand the world.
And taking some time to reflect on the specific energy or feeling of those important places, it really can offer some fresh insights into your own growth, your own story.
So maybe a final thought to leave you with is, how is the ongoing song of the places you live in now continuing to shape your spark? What melodies are you learning today?
Fresh insights into your own growth.